So at this time, I will call to order the October 27, 2020 board meeting of the Maricopa County Community College District Governing Board. Good evening, everyone, and glad to have you with us again for another remote board meeting. We'll look forward to a good meeting this evening. With that, I'm going to call roll of the board members for the record, and I will start with our student advisory trustee, Ms. Munoz. Are you present? Thank you. Mr. Hendricks will not be with us for the start of this meeting and may not be able to attend. So if for some reason or we note him entering the meeting, Ms. Macias, would you let us know, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. McGrath, are you present?
I'm present.
Dr. Narini?
I'm still here.
Mr. Saar?
I'm here too.
Dr. Thor?
Present.
Ms. Nguyen?
Present.
With my presence, we are a quorum of the board with 1 absent, and we do have our student advisory trustee in attendance this evening. So again, welcome all. I want to note that there are no substitutions for this meeting. And as I go through today's agenda, we have no report from the Faculty Executive Council. We do have in the record a written report from the Adjunct Faculty Association report by Dr. Train. And now we have an interim Employee Senate report by Ms. Anna Chandler and Ms. Shannon Mangi. Please go forward.
President Sullivan, members of the board, Dr. Gonzalez, members of CEC and guests. My name is Shannon Mangi. I'm an administrative assistant to academic affairs at Paradise Valley Community College. And with me is my co-chair, Anna Chandler, who is the coordinator for the ACE program at Scottsdale Community College. We are both before you today as the co-chairs of the Interim Employee Senate. Thank you again for the opportunity to update you on the work the Interim Employee Senate is doing. Tonight, we would like to start by thanking all of the employees of Maricopa Community Colleges for their hard work and dedication as we all have successfully transitioned our traditional in-person college processes to an online environment in order to continue serving our students and community, as well as a huge thank you to those employees who have remained on campus, ensuring normal operations, keeping our campuses clean, and preparing a safe environment for what we hope will be a safe return to our campuses. The national pandemic has not minimized the holistic quality of care and services for our students and community. Like most institutions of higher education, Maricopa was not prepared to transition to remote operation, and student and academic affairs and administrative services transitioned immediately without downtime. Maricopa employees rose to the challenge to operate fully in a remote environment. Maricopa employees did this while being understaffed with limited resources. Maricopa employees are passionate about student success and were resilient during this time when they were called to be critical thinkers and innovators to serve our students and communities. During this pandemic, while our employees were being critical thinkers and innovators for Maricopa, they also faced challenges at home and in their communities. Many students themselves had to adapt to the online learning environment. Others had to adjust to balancing childcare and providing health care for children, parents, and spouses. Many of our employees became single-income families. They have been adapting to spouse unemployment, sickness, death, food and housing insecurities, and mental health challenges. Despite the challenges, Maricopa employees continue to come to work ready to serve Maricopa students. These employees are Maricopa's academic and financial advisors, administrative assistants, recruiters, program coordinators, information technology, maintenance and operations, college police, and others in every functional area that are needed to keep the district and colleges running effectively for our students. Next slide, please, Elza.
At the last governing board meeting, Shannon shared her story of her income decreasing over $2,000 since starting in 2014. What she did not share is that she is also raising 3 children who need housing, food, clothing, and school supplies. And along with the pandemic, these costs now include technology. Shannon is not alone. Shannon is a representative of the dedicated employees of the Maricopa Community College District, the same employees that continue to sacrifice and receive the response of not getting any support in budgets such as cost of living adjustment. Maricopa employees did not agree with why the cost of living adjustment was denied. COLA is not a raise. COLA helps adjust employees' income so that they can maintain a living while rent, utilities, food, and other expenses continue to rise. Staff are continually asking to do without when enrollment is down and times are tough. But when things recover, the funds aren't prioritized to make staff whole again. Working without a regular COLA is effectively the same as an annual reduction in pay, and this is where staff feel change needs to occur. Maricopa employees continue to operate short-staffed and with limited resources. The budgets have fallen short, and fully staffing advising departments to have an academic analyst for FOI. Therefore, many academic analysts are supporting one or more FOI. We cannot promote case management advising when the staff is stretched so thin that they cannot continue to do this perpetually. It is not sustainable. Maricopa community colleges serve approximately 5% of Maricopa County's population, averaging around 200,000 students each year. The current advising to student ratio is 1 to 1,100. Across the board, recruiters, career services, financial aid, tutoring, and more departments work within these ratios that indicate we are consistently serving our students at 300% or more below industry standards. By disregarding the need for a cost of living adjustment and decreasing staff levels, many Maricopa employees feel undervalued and underappreciated. This will compound the already existing low morale in Maricopa. The level of morale was highlighted in a survey sent out by HR in 2019. Maricopa employees care about our students and our colleges, and they do what they can even when stretched thin, which unfortunately can turn to our services suffering, burnouts happening, and mistakes happening. Employees want Maricopa to care for them too. Maricopa employees want to feel valued and appreciated. Maricopa employees are humans. Maricopa employees play vital service roles in our colleges, in the community. Maricopa employees are parents, spouses, children, consumers, neighbors, and voters. Maricopa employees are our best recruiters. Maricopa employees have drive and passion. They understand how vital a college education is to change the lives of our students. Maricopa employees motivate, coach, and mentor students. And Maricopa employees instill a sense of community and loyal amongst its staff and faculty, which fosters lifelong and career dedication. Our goal today was to bring to life the Maricopa employee, the person, the human, the community member that serves our students. This is about the Maricopa employee who dedicates their life to working in educational institutions because they believe in the mission of the institution and higher education. We hope that today we have been able to convey our concerns as we look ahead to a better Maricopa. With the opportunity of shared governance, we have been able to establish healthy relationships with leaders in order for our voices to be heard. We need the governing board to recognize the challenges that staff are constantly facing and the frustrations that we are experiencing. This letter is not solely about raises, but also seeing the value of staff in Maricopa. We need livable wages, and in order to recruit and retain students, we need more people in order to provide students with the quality they deserve from our institutions. Staff want to work for Maricopa. Staff want to grow with the organization, but we need support in order to have hope for a better future within the Maricopa Community College District. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you both for a very powerful comment. And, it's really difficult sometimes to understand how someone functions in a particular role. And I know that we as a board will do and make our best effort to not just show appreciation of the actual work for which I believe I can speak for every board member to say that we do, but also to see how we can better reflect our support to you as we move forward. Board members, do you have any other comment to this report? So again, thank you very much. With that, I'm going to move on to the student life report. Now, this is going to be a video, and I understand if you are on this meeting through your phone, you will not have opportunity to see the video. I don't know quite how long it is to tell you to check back, but I guess you'll know when this is concluded. So that's the first caveat. The second piece is that I forgot to mention earlier that we are live captioning our meetings. So if you're interested, please look in the chat window of our WebEx meeting where you will find the link. Click on that link to open the web page with the live captioning. But again, we're going to move into the student life report, which is a video. And I would like to say this is coming from Glendale Community College with Ms. Connie Greenwell and her GCC Student Senate President, Abel Hudis. And I believe you have some other members of your Senate with you this evening. So with that, I'll turn it to you, Ms. Greenwell.
I just wanted to say, President Sullivan and Governing Board and everyone in attendance, that we're really grateful for having the opportunity to be able to present to you this evening, and that we really hope you enjoy our video. It was kind of fun, a little different, but a little, it was fun. And we're here to answer any questions that you may have afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shall I assume we're waiting?
I believe we're waiting for it to roll.
Got it. Would you like to announce?
A little bit of technical difficulties. I'm trying to get it to work.
Well, while that, Ms. Greenwell, so you're there present with your Senate President. Who else is here with you?
Absolutely. We have our Student Government President, who is Abel Hattis, and then we've got the Vice President, who is Annette Ozuna. The Treasurer is Natalie Gonzalez, and then Christopher Lechuga is our Secretary.
Wonderful. Well, welcome all of you to the meeting.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So is there anything you want to share while we're waiting? Yeah, here we are.
Yay.
Yay.
Good evening, President Sullivan, members of the Governing Board, Chancellor Gonzalez, Dr. Ruiz, members of CC, and guests. We are the Associated Student Government of Glendale Community College. I would first like to introduce myself and briefly share with you all the impacts of COVID-19, both personally and academically. My name is Abel Hattis, and I am this academic year's student body president. I have been attending Glendale Community College for over 3 years now and will be graduating in May of 2021 with an Associate's in Arts and an Associate's in Science. I then plan on transferring to ASU Tempe in the fall of 2021, where I will be pursuing a Bachelor's of Computer Science with an emphasis in software engineering. During this pandemic, I have found myself challenged with adapting to the new normal as it forms. One benefit of the pandemic, though, has been the gift of time for self-reflection and personal growth. We would now like to thank all of you for providing us with the time to speak on our past accomplishments and future endeavors. Our job as student government is to create an environment on our campus in which the culturally diverse, technological, and intellectual needs of students are continuously being met, an environment in which their voices are being heard. We take this job with great pride, and since our term, we have worked tirelessly to find innovative ways that allow us to continue fostering the success of our students and providing engaging opportunities that allow them to remain connected to us in these unprecedented times. With that being said, we would now like to share with you some of our experiences and insights towards adapting to our budding new normal.
Hello, my name is Annette Ozuna, and I am this year's Associate Student Government Vice President. I am currently majoring in social work and will be graduating in spring 2021 with my Associate's in Arts degree. I will then transfer to Arizona State University in the fall of 2021. When COVID-19 happened, I was impacted in both the positive and negative ways. Although difficult at first, I was able to develop a greater appreciation for an online environment. Let me begin our report by sharing some of the events we hosted over the course of the past year, which included our ASG Cares campaign and coffee and chat sessions that were geared towards connecting with our student population by engaging in real conversations with them. Entertainment on the Green was one of our evening activities. It is a means of providing a break from studying where we provided food and music for our students. Spirit Week was another big event that we hold once a semester, where we have a variety of activities such as obstacle courses, free food, and music. Our main goal as a student government is to increase student engagement and involvement. Most importantly, we serve as a representative voice of our students. As a result, we want to provide as many venues as possible to capture their thoughts, needs, and issues. Although we started off the year with in-person activities, sadly due to COVID, everything shifted from spring break. As student government, we had to find a way to remain connected to our students virtually. I think I can speak on behalf of all students when I say that we have gained a larger appreciation for the online environment on how it does and doesn't work. Connectivity is also very important in our new world. Thankfully, together as a team, we have kicked off amazing events and are excited to see them grow.
My name is Natalie Gonzalez, and I'm this year's Associate Student Government Treasurer. As a student of Glendale Community College, I'm majoring in photography. I'm deeply passionate about and love taking photographs. I hope to make a photography business of my own in the future. Starting spring 2020 up to this present day, COVID-19 has impacted my life both positively and negatively. I've grown much closer with my family. However, the difficulty in my education arena has increased due to constantly managing the balance between due dates and my personal life. Time management and understanding deadlines has become my newly learned skill. As Associate Student Government, we continue to strive to provide a sense of community for our students by maintaining our open business meetings. Only now it is in a different format. The purpose of these open business meetings is to provide an opportunity for our students to voice out their concerns and for clubs to inform us about their current activities for the semester. We also transitioned our coffee and chat and ASG Cares into a new virtual event we call Tuesday Talks with Your Associated Student Government, which are held on alternating Tuesdays with our open business meetings. The purpose of this event is to create a safe space and open forum to allow students to come forward with their concerns and grievances, as well as to let us know how they're doing. Although we do not have the pleasure of interacting with students in person, we continue to fulfill our goal of advocating for their needs, whether in person or virtually.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Lechuga. I am the Fall 2020 Secretary for the Associated Student Government. I will be graduating at the conclusion of the term with an Associate in Arts with an emphasis in Political Science. COVID-19 has impacted me by making it more difficult to learn online. Due to poor internet quality at home, my courses have become less engaging and more stressful. As of now, I have been a member of ASG for 2 years and have enjoyed working with students to improve campus life. Joining ASG has proved invaluable to helping me to become more organized and resourceful. In addition to our open business meetings and our Tuesday Talks with Your Associated Student Government virtual event, we have taken a fun virtual approach to stay connected with students online. We are currently hosting Netflix watch parties, which is a feature provided by Netflix. This feature allows students and student government members to simultaneously watch movies, comment on specific scenes, and discuss the movie overall afterwards. We have also created ASG Game Nights, which provide students a fun place to de-stress and play fun games with us. To do this, we have utilized a free downloadable app known as Bunch. Though the circumstances may be challenging, we are committed to our job of representing the students at GCC and maintaining a genuine connection with them.
As you can see, we have worked diligently to reshape our student government to better serve students in the virtual world, as well as continue to provide an environment that supports their goals and endeavors. Through my involvement in the student government, I have undergone a journey of transformation by developing the essential leadership and soft skills that have allowed me to become a well-rounded individual. I have developed a sense of civic engagement and volunteerism as I continuously work to serve the students of GCC and improve campus life with a smile on my face and content in my heart. Officers that you have heard from today have worked tirelessly alongside me to make what we are currently doing possible. They have shown great creativity, perseverance, and intelligence. I am certain that they will excel in their future endeavors and become pillars of leadership within their own communities. We would now like to thank you again for giving the time to listen to our accomplishments this past year and our intended goals for the remainder of this academic year. We fully realize that none of this would be possible if not for the support of our administration and the support of all of you. So once again, thank you very much.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. Thank you very much for that presentation. It was students, great job. And as you're looking to the rest of the year, I hope it's a positive year for all of you with some good outcomes and meeting your expectations. Ms. Greenwell, do you have any further comment?
Not beyond. Thank you for inviting us in. It was wonderful.
Well, thank you again. And good luck to all.
Thank you.
Board members, any other comment? Being none, we're going to move forward to item 7, the Student Senate reports. There is no report this evening. And now we move on to the Emeritus Awards and Recognition. And honorees will be approved tonight during our consent agenda. But as we begin to establish new normal processes across our system, one area we will be returning to is to recognize the outstanding contributions of our faculty as they retire from our system. Following the board meeting, we will include an article recognizing the recipients in the Maricopan newsletter that will include a short profile and photo of the recipients. Our board assistant will forward the newsletter to all of tonight's recipients. We are hopeful that we will be able to celebrate your distinction in a more formal manner sometime in the near future. And I personally want to offer my congratulations and comment of support to all of you, and thank you for all the years and all the contributions that you've given to Maricopa. And again, when we can gather in a different way, then we will certainly generate a celebration to recognize all of you. Then moving on to the Chancellor report, Dr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, President Sullivan, members of the board, CEC, and guests that are with us this evening. I want to thank the student leadership group that just presented. And to me, that was a magnificent display of adjusting in this current pandemic, and they still provided a thorough presentation. So I just want to thank them. Also thank the group of faculty that was just recognized for emeritus status. And we do look forward to the opportunity to do something face-to-face as soon as we can. I have 2 things that I would like to report on tonight. One of them is the Women's Mentor Group Program, and then the other is addressing executive level vacancies. Tonight, listening in on this governing board meeting, typically if we were face-to-face, you would see many of these participants actually in the boardroom with us during this meeting, and we would ask them to stand and be recognized. But I'm going to do this virtually. As you know, the Linda B. Rosenthal Women's Mentor Program provides the opportunity for Maricopa women to focus on individual learning goals and professional opportunities within the Maricopa Community College District. This program is now in its 21st year. This year we have 42 mentees participating in the program. We have 4 from Chandler Gilbert Community College, 6 from Estrella, 3 from District Office. Currently don't have any from Glendale or MCC, so we've got to work on that. At Gateway, we have 7. Phoenix College, we have 2. Paradise Valley, we have 3. Rio, we have 6. Scottsdale, we have 8. And South Mountain, we have 3. Our participants have diverse backgrounds, education, represent all areas of the organization. Through the mentoring program, more than 550 women have gone through this program in total. So it has been an extremely effective program. I've been blessed with the opportunity to serve as a mentor a few times in my time as president of Gateway, and it has been an absolute joy each time. And so I want to recognize the co-chairs, Dr. Kathleen Hernandez, and Dr. Heather Cruzy. Dr. Hernandez is with Gateway, and Dr. Heather Cruzy is with Phoenix College. And I want to thank them for their support and for the committee members that also serve on this group. And so at this moment, we're just going to do this virtual recognition. And so if wherever they are, if they will stand and be recognized, we're going to pretend that we can see you all standing and smiling and displaying some pride for us.
Let's give them all a round of applause over the phone. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations.
You look marvelous.
Thank you. Thank you, President Sullivan. The next item has to do with the addressing executive level vacancies. I think one of the things that is certainly a theme for this 2020 is uncertainty, and there's much uncertainty around many things, and I think in our professional and personal lives. And what I'm proposing to do here is to move forward to address some of the uncertainty at the executive level for some of our colleges and our district positions, namely around the chief operating officer and the presidents of each of the colleges. Our district is ready for some stability in these areas. We currently have interims that are doing a wonderful job as interim in each of those roles. But when we ask people to step in internally to fill these interim roles, then that usually creates a domino effect. And someone then steps into their position, and someone steps into their position, and so forth. So much so that at Mesa Community College, I believe the administrative team has 12 interims right now that are taking on various positions that aren't their typical position. So I want to let you know that we will be moving forward with filling these vacancies, using the rest of this semester and the spring semester to do so. Of course, these are high-profile positions that require the engagement of the internal and external stakeholders and the communities that we serve and the students that we serve. I will come back to you in the near future with plans on how we will do that, or we will make that known. You can count on these to be transparent processes, inclusive processes, and we're going to do our best to fill these positions before we get out of this academic or fiscal year, and hopefully start a next fiscal year with some solid candidates in place and some certainty, so that we can begin to continue to strive to move forward on the many initiatives that we have in our district, and give the people a peace of mind that they've got some solid leadership in place that they can begin to follow and get behind, their personal visions and our overall district vision. That's the update I wanted to provide you with. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Board members, if you have a question, please offer a comment.
Dr. Gonzalez, this is Mrs. Nguyen.
Yes.
Hi. When you say executive level vacancies, how many are we talking about? And can you give me an example of an executive level vacancy? Are we talking like only college presidents, or are we talking, like you mentioned in Mesa, all the interim positions?
No, we are talking about I'm specifically talking about the chief operating officer and the 3 college presidents that are currently served by interim roles. Once those positions are filled, then colleges will go through their individual processes to backfill any vice presidents or deans positions. But I suspect that once a position is filled, then some people may go back to their regular role.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mrs. Nguyen.
Any other questions for Dr. Gonzalez at this time?
May I add one more thing,
Please.
Mr. Sullivan? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
There is one other position, and it's what really brought up the question in Mr. Starr's question during our work session, and that's our foundation position as well. So we would also be moving forward with filling our CEO of our foundation.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not hearing that anyone has any other comments or questions. So I'm going to continue to move us through the agenda. We have no citizens interim this evening, And so now we're going to move to the consent agenda. So as noted on any written agenda, all items with an asterisk are consent matters unless they are removed from the consent agenda at this time. And as you know, any item may be removed from the agenda by the chancellor or by governing board upon motion to be made. So is there any interest to remove an item from the consent agenda at this time?
Mrs. Sullivan, this is Mrs. Nguyen. I have two
Yes.
items I'd like to remove from the consent agenda.
Okay.
I'd like to remove 12.6 and 13.1.
Okay, so we'll take those up for separate consideration. Any others? So do I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda with the exception of 12.6 and 13.1?
So moved. Is it Dr. Nrini?
And a second?
Second, Linda Thor.
It's been, motion's been made by Dr. Nrini and seconded by Dr. Thor to consider the consent agenda with the exceptions of item 12.6 and 13.1. Is there any discussion on the motion? Being none, I'm going to call roll again for the vote. And Ms. Munoz, as an advisory, your advisory vote? Ms. Munoz, are you present for an advisory vote on this?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, so you vote aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Mrs. McGrath?
I vote aye.
Dr. Nrini?
Aye.
Mr. Saar?
Aye.
Dr. Thor?
Aye.
Ms. Nguyen? Ms. Nguyen? Is Ms. Nguyen not? Okay, I don't see a microphone of any shape by her. Ms. Nguyen, are you available? I vote aye. So at this point, Elza, do we have access to Ms. Nguyen's voicemail or voice?
I'm here. I got back in.
Okay,
I say aye. I apologize. I just like the fourth time I've been kicked out tonight.
Okay, so I'm going to say that the vote carries on the motion 6-0. And you're welcome. And with that, we're going to move then to item 12.6. Ms. Nguyen, since you've asked for it to be pulled, any comments on item 12.6 is to approve 5-year contract extension with Radio Research Consortium. Yes, did I do something?
You need a motion. You need a motion first.
Right. Yes.
A motion before we can talk about it. Okay. Is there a motion to?
Go ahead.
So move.
Thank you. Second. Okay. So, Dr. Thor, Ms. Nguyen, any discussion on the motion?
I think there was some confusion last meeting, and it was clarified in an email, but I'd like it to be clarified publicly about this contract when it's ending. And I don't know if Kate, President Smith, is available from Rio Salado, but I think it would serve the public if we explained the contract.
Are you asking Ms. Smith to do that? Ms. Smith, if you're there, would you please? And what is the item specifically you want her to talk to, Ms. Nguyen?
Well, when we were on the work session last week, we had been told it was extended. That was not, in fact, the case. So I just want there to be clarification of what is so about this contract. Thank you.
Ms. Smith?
Yes, good evening. Thank you, President Sullivan, Ms. Nguyen, members of the board, Chancellor, and CEC, and guests. It was brought to my attention that at the last work session, or the agenda review, excuse me, that the date of expiration of the contract was mistakenly stated as the end of this fiscal year, when in fact this contract ends on December 31st of 2020. So what the contract is asking is to do a 5-year extension beginning January 1st of 2021. The contract is in regards to the radio stations being able to access Nielsen ratings. And so the Radio Research Consortium is the company that provides that access to Nielsen ratings for public nonprofit institutions. Does that cover it, Ms. Nguyen, or would further information be helpful?
No, I only have one follow-up question, and thank you for doing what you just did. This was covered in our budget. So was this, because we did our budget forward, is this covered in the budget? So this isn't an additional expense? Was this already allocated for?
Yeah, so the funding for this contract comes through all of the fundraising that the radio stations do. So it is not in the general Fund 1 budget. And actually, the purpose of this contract is to be able to engage underwriters, which helps raise the funds that support the radio stations, but that's all a separate budget. And yes, it is accounted for in their own budget.
Thank you very much for that clarification. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is there further discussion on the motion? There being none, I'll take a vote, starting again with the student advisory vote. Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Ms. McGrath?
Aye.
Dr. Narini?
Aye.
Mr. Saar?
Aye.
Dr. Thor?
Aye.
Ms. Nguyen?
Aye.
I vote aye, so this measure passes, approved 6-0. Okay, now is there a motion to consider compensation philosophy, item 13.1?
So moved. Linda Thor.
Second, Mrs. Nguyen.
Okay, thank you. Discussion on the motion? Just speak up, board member.
Since I'm the one that asked to pull it off, I believe that during our work session today, we talked about the compensation philosophy and how it's integrated with the compensation. I'm trying to think of the exact name of the document, forgive me, that was presented to us by the FACT. And I believe that they go hand in hand. And so I think we haven't come to, the FACT document is a lot of work's been put into it. It's almost there, but there needs more work to be done. We discussed that today. We also are going to have additional work sessions. Because the compensation philosophy is part of that, I think that they should go hand in hand and they should not be separate. We've separated out the philosophy, but it is in fact a reflection of the other document. So I wanted, that's my concern in approving it right now without having the FACT document approved.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on the motion? There being none, we'll take the vote again. Ms. Munoz, your advisory vote. I'm sorry, I missed that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're an aye. Mrs. McGrath?
Nay.
Dr. Narini?
Just for clarification, we're voting on the compensation philosophy as it is?
Correct.
Okay, aye.
Mr. Saar?
Aye.
Dr. Thor?
Aye.
Ms. Nguyen?
Nay.
I vote aye. The motion carries 4-2. Thank you. Moving forward, then, item 14.1, employment and separations. Is there any conversation on item 14.1? Moving then to item 15.1, Business Services Review Budget Analysis Report Fund 1, General Unrestricted Fund for the months ending September 30, 2020. Is there any discussion on item 15.1? Being none, I'm going to move to governing board reports then, and Ms. Munoz, would look forward to hearing if you have anything to report.
Truly, lately, I've just been working with Mesa Community College in institutional advancement. I know they've been wanting to make a connection with our student government, and we're setting up different like Senate sessions. I know as well I've been working with, we'll be starting to work with Dr. Lori and doing once a month and just kind of meeting with her on a monthly basis. But just kind of myself also during this midterm times and with everything going on, just trying to take it day by day, you know, kind of going back to what our student government video. I truly appreciated it because I think they showed the raw truth of how difficult it can be during this time, especially, you know, trying to manage everything and, you know, adapting to something new. So I appreciate them for that video because I think it kind of gave me a reminder of, okay, I'm not the only one, and I assure you, you know, other students that are listening too, you know, we're all going through the same thing. And I was appreciative of that video. But just taking it day by day and hoping for there to be more things to come, especially in this next month and next semester.
Well, you know, we wish you the best too. And we're all here to support each other. So if there's anything any of us can do, just let us know, please. And thank you for your good work on behalf of the district. Moving forward, Mrs. McGrath, do you have any governing board report?
No, I do not.
Dr. Narini?
No report, thanks.
Mr. Saar?
None here either.
Okay. Dr. Thor?
Actually, I do have a report tonight.
Okay.
I want to thank the Diversity Advisory Council for inviting me to be part of the 2020 Awards of Excellent virtual ceremony on October 7th. The event was very well done, and the award winners were truly inspiring. Hosted by Australian Mountain Community College, the event attracted more than 540 viewers, which frankly is far more than would have normally attended in person. So my congratulations to the planners as well as to the award recipients. I also represented the board at both the ACCT Pacific Region Caucus and also at the ACCT Senate meeting. At the regional meeting, I was elected to the Pacific Region Nominating Committee, and our first meeting is this Friday. I also want to thank the Maricopa Council on Black American Affairs for inviting me to speak to the group at their monthly meeting last week, and I very much appreciated the dialogue. And then finally, thanks to Rio Salado College for including me in the virtual signing of a partnership agreement with Brandman University that allows Rio Salado students with an associate degree to seamlessly transfer to Brandman to complete an online bachelor's degree. And the two institutions are truly a good match for each other and for their shared students. And that completes my report.
Thank you. You've been busy.
I have.
Thank you. Ms. Nguyen.
I have no report. Thank you very much.
And I'm going to pass on a report this evening as well. So with that, I would like to say that given a lot of the topics that we have to cover, we will in fact be scheduling more work sessions and have a few special meetings surrounding agenda reviews, standing apart from those and prior to our next regularly scheduled board meeting. And just as a last comment from me, some of you who were present when when we were still having meetings in the district office know that I usually picked a song by which to start either a meeting or a work session. I've had a couple of requests to come back and do that, which is kind of interesting. So in thinking through that, I thought, well, I would say tonight as I before I adjourn the meeting, that given the state of affairs, there's a song that comes to mind, and it's called America the Beautiful. So as we're thinking about what's ahead in the next few months and all wanting to work together, just recall that to your memory and go forward remembering that. And my final comment is if you haven't done so already, please vote. And with that, I'm going to adjourn our meeting for October 27th. Thank you, everyone. Good night.